Well, Greeks, thank you for joining us. A coronavirus joke. All right, corona joke. Okay, all right. All right, here we go. This is a coronavirus-free webinar, or you're not going to catch it here, hopefully. So, all right. Where that came from? That's pretty funny. Okay, all right. Okay, all seriousness though. Here we go. Go to messages, and then Q&A. All right, blessings. Here we go. Greetings. This is Yeshua, or Jesus, for some of you. Energies to you. There's this virus that's going around. Those are understanding their hearts. Their heart is coming out more, especially in times of panic. So they're releasing some are actually releasing much of their fears. Many are actually overcoming their fears. I see some are traveling anyway. They're trusting their instincts. So it's a renewal. Some are getting weaker with this virus, and many are getting stronger. So someone can actually overcome this virus and heal themselves. It's a toss-up within the individual. You're going into a new age of understanding yourself. This is an awakening across the world of what's to come. And what's to come is of the individual learning more about yourself. Whatever you would wish to learn, it's all open. There's always different levels you wish to go. You don't have to go to the spiritual and aliens and angels. Many are not particularly ready for that, but some are actually getting more confident of themselves. So they are connected to their instincts enough to know that to continue to live their lives, which is very important. So let's see. Greetings to you. We're only here for a moment. We've been here before. This is Midas, and an ape being from Sirius. We don't normally communicate that often with your species, or you'd be surprised how much you're learning about humanity's learning more about the reptilian side of as it is part of a control over society. We're learning how to people are learning how to take more control of themselves. The reptilian side can be a warrior side, a nurturing side, and also one that is do as it's told. An ape usually doesn't do it anybody. Well, it can have similar characteristics. Usually the ape is more destructive. So our world has seen much of what we have a third dimensional world similar to yours in many ways. Not exactly, but we have our own, we say, demons that we're working on ourselves. So be surprised how many worlds are, yes, the planet of the apes. Be surprised how many worlds are very different in style, but very much the same. And it's what we are learning. We're learning together. And we're not that far apart from each other. Seeing an ape world might not be for someone at this time. but we are very much close. It's just we're not always showing ourselves in our reality. Eventually, we will. Some of you show up in dreams, most likely. All right, blessings to you. Greetings to you. This is Archangel Raphael. Whereas I don't have much of a presence on your voice in these channelings, I'm part of much of the artistic side of your reality, of neutral energies. You're realizing of your reality, understanding it, healing it, going into a new level of it. You can say pushing your earth into a new realm, as you're doing today, where this third dimension, it's what's happening now is your third dimension reality is losing its strength. It's not fully going to disappear, but it is clearing out old idea systems here, where more fourth dimensional ideas come from. Basically, the time of miracles is coming stronger in due time. Many are not ready for it, but many are. Many are not ready because they'll take advantage of it. I think some of you know who those individuals are. Gimme, basically. There's quite a bit of that. We're here to sharpen one's abilities to connect more with spirit. That is an archangel's direction. Not to interfere, but assist you to sharpen your ways gradually. So we're here to assist you whenever you're ready with your questions.
Hi, greetings, Archangel Raphael.
Greetings, yeah.
And thank you for coming in. Up first this evening, we have Logan.
Greetings.
Greetings to you.
My first question tonight is, how does one connect more to astral in the third dimension?
Well, it's through your imagination, through your mind's eye, your third eye. Right now, you're at an age of focusing on your reality, but it is the imagination reality, basically. Is where does your mind go when your eyes close? That is your astral realm. There's different layers of it. Not everyone is ready to see the full astral experience. But it's always with you.
Very cool. My second question is, are there any messages from my higher self?
You're at a breaking point. You are connecting more to the God within yourself. You are bringing in other energies from other individuals to learn from them, to add their characteristics to yours if you wish for it, to make you a better person. But you are here as a problem solver.
Yeah.
Of course, you're here to solve your own problems too. But other people's problems can help you solve your own problems. So there's more to it, but that's the message. So.
Thank you.
Hey, blessings. Up next, we have Retro.
Greetings. So I've been doing a lot of research on something called the OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, which can kind of bring like intrusive thoughts, intrusive impulses and such. When someone on Earth is having this kind of issue, where they're having these intrusive thoughts and impulses, how does the spirit world perceive it? Like a lot of mine is triggered in astral or something. Or I have to have harm OCD that's triggered in astral, or is triggered towards something that's not on Earth, but more spiritual. How do they perceive that?
Well, it's more your Akashic record connection.
What's that?
It's just your Akashic record connection. Your connection to Akashic records. You're always going into realms of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
even when you're not thinking about it.
Right.
And so that's what's causing a great deal. You're constantly kind of pushing your soul to its limits too,
Okay.
more than you might realize. So here you feel the strain of it.
So I have these more troubling images or impulses because of the Akashic record.
Yeah, because you find you're going about it in a third dimensional way. The places that you look at or things you want to know is Akashic record related. You're basically like an Akashic record being.
Okay.
And think of the Zetas or
Mhm.
Akashic record being. Of course, every being is technically. There are some beings that can access it
Mhm.
and handle it better than others. And your form, your health, everything is connected to Akashic record. You are where you are, so you can connect to it. You're like a satellite, you can say.
Right.
Pulling in.
And I was thinking, like, if I'm interacting with, like, let's say I'm interacting with a spirit and talking to them one-on-one,
Mm-hmm.
do they know what's going on, or does it look like I'm actually doing something that, could be aggressive if I have these intrusive thoughts?
Sometimes it's aggressive, yes, because sometimes you're looking more for some beings who keep some information from you that you're allowed to access. So you're aggressive in that regard. And sometimes they're aggressive back. It all depends. But yes, you go out of body very often. Actually, you're not fully
Yeah.
aware of it, but yeah, anytime you get drowsy or sleepy, you're kind of going into that's where you're going into astral. That's
And
a
that's
kind
where
of
I'm,
clue to
yeah,
everybody.
and that's where I'm accessing things, like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
people feel drowsy, they're mostly it's like, man, I'm tired. I don't know why, because that goes for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You're accessing more astral.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Second question I had, I kind of relate that to Astral, but I kind of had a somewhat genetic night, and I kept having these images of this same woman, but kind of different thorns latching my head, no black hair, very pale. Um, can you see who that is?
it's a it's an archangel energy, very faint. It's a being that I believe she lost her way in
Yeah,
astral for quite some time. So it is like an angel that lost its wings. Say a fallen angel if you wish.
and like,
But it's one that it's your soul connected to. She's not really giving me a name. That's for you to connect with. But it is somewhat like a soulmate in your astral realm.
I figured, yeah,
So
it's kind of what I felt. I was kind of cautious, like,
yes, but it's basically use your healing energy on this being. You should feel it clear up.
okay,
So you don't have to connect to her if you don't want to. But if you feel like there's something there, you just protect your energy. You should be fine.
okay, thank you.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Daria.
Hey there, Raphael. Greetings. So, I'm wondering about the house tomorrow. Will I be assisted in the buying, and will it be a clear road or bumps on the way to get it?
It seems well. There's slight bumps, but nothing to worry. It seems to be. Let's put it this way: if if your soul really wants it, you will have it. That's what you're looking for. You have not quite decided if you wanted it 100% yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fixing project, but it will increase over time. I see it's a beneficial one.
So,
So,
so this is an astral connection, as you know.
yeah.
So, if it comes into as your guide say, into your lap, then that means you've cleared out the vibrations to others that wanted it. It's not 100% clear of where things are going. It looks good, but it's not saying a clear yes or not. Kind of like 50-50, but it looks good.
Okay. Gonna see tomorrow because the bidding starts tomorrow on it. So,
It's going to be a little bit rocky, but I believe you'll be all right.
yeah, because I detected something there which is Yeah, and cat wants to live there, I guess. And the other thing that is quite interesting. What else can you? Well, do you have any messages for me personally, non-cryptical?
Non-cryptical. Well, I mean, it looks like this. The house is highly likely to occur with your energy. Yes, your cat's involved with it. Your journey, yeah, your timeline is allowing you to be released from your current residence. Of course, not 100% on that, but we're seeing it as it's once again half and half because it's up to you in the long run. You make the final decision in this reality. So
Yeah, neighbors put the bottles back in my front door, which is quite
well,
I need to get out.
the neighbors are showing how vulnerable they are. They don't even know themselves. They're kind of astrally trying to put you in a cage, I guess. It's not really working out that well. So yes, you're letting go of this timeline of where you currently reside in. It's not 100% let go, but it seems like you're moving on to a new energy.
Cool.
So and there's new timelines will start to open up to once tomorrow is occurs.
Cool.
So
thank you for the cryptic
yes, of course.
pulse.
We did our best. Mostly he's have to be cryptic with you, it seems. First on a public stage. Yes.
Thank you for that. And yeah, see you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Dragon.
Hello.
Brings you.
How are you doing?
Yes.
I like how you guys are really all one consciousness, very tightly bound. But when you go through the veil, you get fragmented by humanity and still manage to deal with all that junk that's thrown on you guys.
Yes, it's unnecessary. Some connect to us an archangel a certain way. It's a love affair, you can say, for some. It's a journey that is not easy, even on your world.
It shows a lot of experience. My first question is, I've been really tired lately. I believe some of it's healing, but there's more to it, I believe. What else am I doing that's contributing to me being really tired?
Well, it has a lot to do with just the science of the earth is shifting, the physics of the earth is slowly shifting. The virus that's going around the earth is basically shifting a lot of timelines. So you're going through a major timeline shift, and people aren't always aware of it. So what you're putting yourself in a certain position. It's not made clear where, but you're very much working in the future at this time. So yeah, you're changing your timelines around. I believe this is something that you were not planning before. So we're not going into details of what it is exactly, but there's possibly a trip or something later this year that'll be a work your way. That's much assistance that you will need.
All right. There's a possibility there. That would probably be Europe in that case. Anyway, my second question is, coronavirus seems to be causing people to shift and less focused on the day-to-day. The thought of people closing things down for weeks at a time is just not something I normally like. I would expect people to just suck it up and grind it, because that's just the attitude people typically have, and it seems like the ability to just break away from it is very transition-y, if that's even a word. It'll probably be temporary on the surface, but deep down it's going to have a lasting imprint on a lot of people and maybe prepare them to break away again in the future or start getting them thinking differently. Can you talk more about this effect? And am I personally taking advantage of this natural, maybe partially related to my tiredness, to try to tip the scales even more in favor of shutting things down?
Yes, it has a lot to do with the awakening, as many are speaking of. It's a version of it. Right now, many are thinking a lot about death recently. Because many just gave up on their lives. Even with this thing, that's not going to kill them, but it's like, okay, it's my time to go, and they're not even coughing. So many are giving up on their lives instantly. Some of you
Just
don't even
because the
have it.
scales are so tipped against their success or survival or whatever, because of how so few have taken so much of everything and stuff like that.
Well, that, and also many are very biblical in their ideas of the end of the world. And some just keep on, they want to live it. Some just want to manifest it. They experience it. Some go through worlds, and that's what they're here to do. Die of a virus. There are many here that are just here to go from world to world, versions of Earth, die of a virus. And so they can get it out of their system. It's like, I don't need to die of that anymore, do I? So, yes, there are many new possibilities coming in. Yes, many are taking advantage of it to bring in, new idea systems there.
That's kind of a learning experience when one of the tiniest things there are can take you out.
Well, many are calling it an alien virus. So,
well, thanks a lot. Much love.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we have Humberto.
Hello there.
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings to you. My first question. One second. Okay, my first question. I've been waiting a long time for a few items that I need to start growing plants in my room, and I want to know if I will receive them this week.
Possibly next week. It's been possibly this week, but next week looks better. There just seems to be something going on with the postal service that's slowing things down. So I believe it is virus related. Everyone's kind of lost their minds right now. So somehow, so not too worried though. It will arrive eventually.
By next week, at least it sounds like. So that's good.
So at least it'll arrive, at all.
Yeah. Yes. So my next question. And I used to grow these plants. It's kind of loud, and I wanted to know if there would be any problems with the fan itself or the plants if I enclose this loud fan with different cardboard boxes.
Yes, that will be, or find another fan eventually. But yes, well, you'll have efficient. I believe you'll find something that's a better system altogether. But for right now, it will work. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to know that covering it with cardboard boxes wouldn't damage anything.
No.
Okay, great.
Yes, it might. Just the circulation might be an issue, but you'll be able to figure that out.
Okay.
You'll figure that out.
Okay, thank you.
Blessings.
You too.
Hey, thank you. Up next, we have Emmy.
Hello, how are you doing?
Greetings to you. Doing well.
I'm just wondering if you have any messages for my spiritual journey.
Interesting. Yes, you're connected to a golden compass energy. Realize the compass is kind of leading you in a direction, so you're finding your way. So you're also manifesting much manifestation energies. So you're figuring out who you want to be in this reality. Sometimes you go to other jobs and you're part of their energies, but you're actually building more of your own. So you're figuring out your place in the world, you can say. It's becoming more clear. Before it was foggy. That's what we're seeing.
Okay. I met somebody, his name's Jeremiah. And I was wondering what you think of that connection.
Oh, somebody that you met, or what? What is this? Or
Yes, his name is Jeremiah. I was
yes,
wondering what you think of that.
oh, isn't that a problem? No issues there. I just wanted to get to know, wanted to have conversations, but to know better. It's good to get something out of. He has something on his mind. He needs to get out of his system. So, talking with him is good to find more about him. It'd be good to lay out who he is before you really get to know him. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Thank you very much. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yes. Blessings.
Yeah, blessings. Up next, we have James.
Hello.
Greetings.
Is this Raphael or Raziel?
Raphael.
Okay. So I have oh, you tell me about my connections to you or any messages from angels?
Well, connections to angels, connections to Atlantis, lifetimes, basically connected to an energy crystal that connects to higher dimensions. Basically, allowing higher dimensional energies to enter through this earth. Not many had access to these, but it was the energy crystal that you were connected to. Not saying where, when exactly, but it was a place of healing, rehabilitation. It's like a healing crystal, but it was very unusual for its time. This is the time of Atlantis, and much of that's been buried at this time. But it's an energy that you're connected. Basically, you can say you saw the Archangel energies that were here that were going here to assist the Earth in the future of that time. So you can say you met someone before they went on their journey. Blessings.
I see, and I actually have similar dreams to a retro, where it's actually the opposite. Like I'm like attacking these women, but they're showing me affection. Like is that my like a fallen angel side of myself?
Well, yeah, those are kind of like a succubus energies. Yes, those are energies that are trying to get into your mind, and it's like interesting though, they were actually related to you at one time, like a daughter energy. It's like they're children of yours that have grown up. Of course, they have different incarnations, but they're still connected to you, but through that vibration. So it's just family that has not changed. And so you see them causing trouble with others that you're there to warn others about them. Is what's going on with that. So it's a little bit different than retros, definitely. So you connect to them in spirit, in astral. You see what they're up to. So you've seen what they've done in the past, and so you're kind of keeping an eye on them. So it's not something that happens very often, I believe, in the dream state. Well, they can be really intense, at least from my perspective. Blessings.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, blessings. Up next, we have Colin.
Greetings, Raphael.
Yes, greetings to you.
Thank you for coming in tonight. I'm wondering if you and the collective there have any messages for me.
This is going to be kind of cryptic also. It's kind of an orange crystal that you're connected to. Is a crystal of creation. In the past, you've been connected to it in previous incarnations. It's basically the creation crystal is part of your DNA. Doesn't mean you have to create children and all that all the time, but you are part of a reality where the earth got seeded, where there was a lot of creation done, humans being created. And it's just that vibration is with you of knowing more about yourself here, of basically your access to future timelines. Doesn't mean it's going to be that clearly, but you have sometimes an idea of where things are going.
Like generally, you mean? Like
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yes. It's not always clear because it's not always necessary to access, but it seems to be it's something part of your DNA. It has to do with a lot of past life deeds, good deeds you've done to give you access to the future timelines. Of course, it's not always going to be clear because you don't always want to know too much about the future, but you know enough.
Interesting. Thank you. That kind of goes to my second question, actually. I was so in the as far as I understand it, in the Vedic kind of Indian philosophy, that we're in this kind of Kali Yuga phase where it's pretty dark and things are devolving, and yet, I've followed a lot of kind of the New Age stuff for a long time that says that there's also an awakening happening. So I was curious if you can tell me more about how we're supposedly in a Kali Yuga destruction de-evolution phase, and at the same time there's also seems to be a spiritual awakening happening on the planet.
Well, there's a spiritual awakening, but it's not going to be seen very clearly. It awakens and then it goes back to sleep, and then it awakens and goes back to sleep. Some of you have already realized that. So it's not going to be seen clearly. Over the next few years, it'll become more clear. You're kind of building the future right now. As some will say, the purge is going on of many signed up for an exit, and they're going through it. You wonder how your Earth awakens. This is how one of the ways it does it. So it's just it's like you're connecting to other versions of Earth too, and bringing in their plagues, their issues. It worked for them, and you're seeing if it'll work for you. It doesn't always work for every world. We are seeing where this goes. There's no future accurate. You're always creating the future every day. So, of course, in spirit, they're more aware, but they can't interfere. They must let humans here decide. So they have an idea, of course.
Okay. So am I hearing it right that even though there's a general, much larger negative, quote unquote, cycle, that even within that cycle, there's like mini cycles?
This is like a version of what's going on with the pandemic is a version of a war. It's a war on the planet, but through plague, through astral, you can say. So it's a war that you can't escape from. Well, you can, but it's another version of a war, basically.
Okay.
And war brings in new energies, new technologies, new ideas, just like any other war. That's what's happening right now. Like it or not.
Right, yeah. Cool, thanks for your help today.
Yes.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Stephen.
Hello, Raphael.
Greetings to you.
Greetings. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Thank you. Much love. I was wondering if you could connect with my Pleiadian family, friends or aspects, and see if they have any messages for me. Thank you.
Well, you're healing a lot of men in black energies. You're bringing in alien energies secretly to the Earth through loopholes within the planet. Basically, it's preparing the Earth for a version of the awakening, but not just yet. It's kind of preparing for it's many years in the making. But right now, you're being allowed to do certain things we weren't allowed before. So if you feel like you're doing a lot in astral more than before, you're doing much preparation. Blessings.
Sweet. Thank you. And just a second, I'll just leave it open. Any energies that wish to connect at this time, bring it through.
Yes, you're bringing in alien contact energies. You have different ways of going about it. You're along with a collective. You're a Pleiadian collective, feline collective of basically just whoever wants to come in and help. Some come in, it's like, oh, this is too much for us. And then they leave, then others come in. So that's what's occurring. And eventually you'll have the timeline open where more alien contact will fully start to arrive. It's happening, but not seen. Some of it's erased because they're letting this situation heal itself So they're not going to make anything, they'll have sightings in the sky. So nothing too significant at this point from what I'm seeing right now. But it is the sign of things to come, for an alien awakening, however it occurs. So just follow your feelings on that. Blessings.
Blessings. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Yeah, thank you. Up next, we have Liz.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. So a few days ago, I saw about 8, I think there were 8 ships going by over my head.
Yes.
Are you able to connect? Who were they?
Oh, there are Pleiadian beings, there are Syrian beings, there are Arcturian beings, there was feline beings. There was basically, they were opening up a vortex there of new energies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, because your area is getting hit quite a bit. So they're just bringing like a medical energy in, assist with spirit guide vibrations wherever they're allowed to. And you've been healing much of the military, because the military is going through their own panic, just not public panic. So, because they're afraid they might even get affected by this. And
yes, and we never know.
The military.
Yes, the military, and we don't know. I mean, the public doesn't know, right?
No, it's well, the pandemic is not as bad as the media is saying. They're just trying to make it sound worse to create timelines for it. Not everyone's doing it. It is, yes, it is bad in certain areas, but they're trying to spread it as far as they can.
Could it be an equivalent of like an exit plan, like these people that have that certain frequency of DNA being taken out of planets?
Right. Some of them are going to. Everyone's going to a different place. They go to another reality where some are being reborn here right now. Right now. So, yes, it has to do with new energies coming in. Some are just, they leave this version of themselves and come back a lot more awakened and renewed. So they don't come back with the same idea systems. You've had enough of that. So yes, it is a massive turning of vibrations into spirit.
Very good. Well, this is a good way to do, without destruction, I guess.
It's agreed upon, and your world agreed upon this. There's nothing else was working.
Yeah, well, destruction of everything didn't work. It's not worth it now, I guess. Very good.
It all makes sense in the long run. Right now, it's not gonna. There's always gonna be a mystery right now.
Yeah. People don't understand.
Yes.
But I think that's the piece I was feeling.
Yes, a lot of the negativity is releasing right now. Some people are thinking more is coming. Actually, many people are finding more peace right now. Their connections to God or their gods in certain areas. So
that's true.
Well, Italy getting affected by this. There's a lot of hidden energies there from the past. It is very ancient there. There's a lot of secret society energies there. Of course, it's going to hit there.
Yes.
It is a place that has to, of course, the Vatican's getting affected for a good reason. So
yes.
Their magic doesn't work so much if the Pope is on a screen. It works, but it's not as effective as in public, in person. So that's nothing to do with that.
Very good. I see there's a big change coming to the world after this.
Yes, this awakening is on its way. Yes, a version of it.
Yes, a little bits of it.
Yes.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Yes, blessings to you.
Thank you.
Yes, blessings. Thank you again for coming in, Archangel Raphael. Blessed this evening is me.
Yes.
I'm actually glad that you came in because of your reputation as being a healing angel. I had a rough night last night, energetically, physically, And when I find myself in those moments where the vibration is intense and the pain is, increasing, it doesn't seem to subside or go away, how do I match it or bring myself up to the occasion to release it and let it go?
Well, I'll tell you my perspective. What's going on? A lot of souls are kind of. This is what I'm seeing. I see a lot of souls grabbing onto you in astral that don't want to leave this earth. Don't know what to do. Completely confused. It's kind of like dozens of them have just herded towards you what they're going to do with themselves. They can't figure out who they are here in the physical, with have peace. So you're kind of giving them, guidance, but they're not listening. So how do you heal this? Boundaries in your astral is up to you. Like, step over here and don't come over trying to possess me. Because some of them tried to kind of take over you in some, because they don't want to take responsibility for themselves.
So that's compromising me in the physical as well?
Somewhat. A little bit. It's panic energies. They don't know what their physical is. It's more their physical than their astral self doing it, but their physical energies are affecting it. So the astral's not always thinking clearly.
Okay.
In this state. So it's just those that are just at a low vibration that want to hold on to this reality, but realize some of them are on their way. They're on their way of crossing over. They're terrified of it. So that's what's happening there. So just clear, just kind of like, now you have an idea what it is. It's kind of like the zombie apocalypse, unfortunately. It's kind of like you're a wall, kind of them to try to climb over you.
So I'm an obstacle preventing that from manifesting as a major timeline?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't want to accept their fate. So, they're not listening to you. They're not listening to anybody. So, yeah, you're just a guiding light, and they're kind of trying to burn you out. They won't be successful with it, but yeah, this might go on for a little while. I believe it will release, but it's not really the same. But it's different every day, it seems.
Yeah. Well, as far as my health going forward, do you have any messages, advice because I feel like maintaining a healthy lifestyle where I'm living at is not the easiest. And I've been thinking about relocating, sometime later this year. I don't want to take it to that route at this moment, but I don't see many other options. Can you give me some advice?
I do recommend, this might sound, spring water, something to.
Oh yeah, heavily. I have cases of them.
Yeah, very good.
Right.
And just, I know it's hard to have nature walks where you are, but a general walk where you are, wherever you feel, just somewhere different, possibly just somewhere, just anything.
Right.
Have a different environment, just to release what you're used to seeing and bring in something new. So yeah, it's going to be difficult because you're connected to the matrix of the earth. So you feel what the earth is going through at times. So you feel the human energy, as you know, the consciousness is sometimes toxic, sometimes very opening, sometimes even with spiritual people, it might seem more toxic at times. There's a lot of healing going everywhere. So it's kind of like choose your own battle. It's like this isn't this isn't you going. I mean, this is somebody else's energies that you're feeling usually. It's not usually your own. It's someone else's, and it's a collective. So it's kind of like identifying where this is kind of like you're feeling grief. Who is this? And kind of separate it from you if it's possible. Sometimes they won't go until you kind of listen to them. That makes sense.
Right. Is it the best way to connect through the heart?
Yes.
To feel the vibration of it and then let the imagination take you?
Yes, correct.
All right.
A lot of it goes to your crown chakra too. It's like a release to your crown chakra. So some beings just want to find peace, but they can't seem to find it. Some people here are into materialism, relationships, think that's all going to make them happy. and it doesn't, and they put on this facade that it is, and you're feeling some of that, not all of it, but you do pick up on it. So you're feeling the falsehoods of society.
So it seems like these beings that come to me don't want to listen; they just want to talk.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you can talk to them all you want. It doesn't. Yeah.
Right.
That's stubbornness, selfishness on their part. They have adolescence, immaturity, and in that, well, the guides show is kind of like put them in a golden chair. Maybe you have to tie them on it, and push them away. That's what I'm getting from them. So that's up to you what you want to do with that. But if they don't listen, they can't crowd your mentals, and they try and they have, and everybody feels this actually. People wonder why they get sick. It's not always your energy; it's somebody else's. So you're having a pretty good day, and then something shows up, and there goes that good day, and you don't even see it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yes. So it's basically humanity has not, been truthful to itself. Some have, but most aren't. Putting on facades, the fakeness, and that's going to break through. That's not going to exist in the fourth dimension. It can at a certain level. So people aren't realizing that's what they're feeling. Even if you're not one of those individuals, it doesn't mean you won't feel it. So hopefully it's helpful in some ways.
Yeah, a lot to process there, but thank you very much for your perspective on that. Right. Blessings, and thank you again.
Blessings to you. Blessings to all of you. This is, a time of awakening. It's a time of, even for those that are spiritual, this is even out of their own understanding, usually. Because it's just, you're creating new timelines and you're not even sure what to do with it. So sometimes you're always used to timelines of war, and then you're going more to a timeline of peace, and that can get frustrating. So I'm not used to this. So blessings. All right. All right. Okay. All right. No problem, everyone. Great. Rest of your week. Stay healthy. Drink some kind of water. Okay. Bye.